I'm Tom with Trackside Profits. Today we're diving into the 2025 Breeders' Cup Turf, one of the absolute crown jewels of the weekend and consistently one of the best betting races of the entire year. We got top class internationals, deep value underneath, and plenty of storylines. This race always delivers, and we're going to go horse by horse, break down who's peaking at the right time, and I'll finish with my top picks and a live long shot that could blow up the exotics. If you find this kind of race breakdown helpful, make sure you're subscribed. It's the best way to stay sharp and ahead of the curve heading into Breeders' Cup weekend. Let's jump straight into the field for the turf. We'll start with Minnie Hawk, trained by the legendary Aidan O'Brien and likely to be ridden by Ryan Moore, one of the most reliable big race jockeys on the planet. She's fresh off a massive run in the Arc where she finished second by a head, and that came against the best turf horses in Europe. She had previously won all 4 of her 2025 starts, and what makes her so interesting here is her acceleration. She can quicken sharply off a moderate pace, something that O'Brien runners often need when shipping to tighter US tracks. If Moore can find clear running room turning for home, Minnie Hawk absolutely has the engine to take this one. Then there's the King, Rebel's Romance, trained by Charlie Appleby and partnered again with William Buick. This horse is trying to make history, going for an unprecedented third Breeders' Cup Turf victory. He's prepared perfectly in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic at Aqueduct, winning that one with a 106 Beyer, and he was never really asked for his best. I like that Appleby got the US prep in him, unlike most of the other shippers, and he's proven over firm US turf, handles travel better than any Euro I've ever seen, and Appleby's record with these shippers at the Breeders' Cup is just insane. The key factor here is class and composure. Buick knows exactly how to ride him, keep him in rhythm, and letting him build through that long drive. If he brings his best effort, everybody else is going to be running for second. If you haven't already, grab my free weekly picks and handicapping worksheet. We're hitting at a 59% clip this year. It's totally free, and the link's in the description. And if you're betting big for Breeders' Cup weekend, my full card for all 12 races, including all 9 Grade 1s, is live now, with picks, race-by-race breakdowns, exactas, and key contenders. That link's down below as well. Goliath, trained by Francis-Henri Griffard and ridden by Maxime Guyon, brings serious European form. He's won 8 of 16 starts, including Group 1s in both Germany and Britain, and he's coming off a dominant win in the Grosser Press von Baden. He's a grinder. He likes to be up near the pace and just keep finding more. The key with him is race shape. If the early fractions are slow, he's the kind who can take control turning for home. But if they go too quick early, the closers like Minnie Hawk or Rebel Romance will sweep by late. Amalok represents the Ralph Beckett barn. He's been remarkably consistent. 5 wins from his last 6 starts, including a runner-up finish in the Irish St. Ledger. By postponed, he's bred to stay, but he did flatten out a bit late at 14 furlongs last out. Beckett's handled him smartly though, stretching him out in stages, and he still gives the impression of a grinder who will keep trying to win when others pack it in. And at 15 to 1 or higher, he's worth using underneath, especially if the turf comes up soft. El Cordobes gives Appleby another strong runner, and together they teamed up for that impressive sword dancer win at Saratoga 2 starts back. He came back to run third behind Rebel Romance in the Joe Hirsch, holding his own against top-tier company. This horse travels beautifully, settles early, and finishes with purpose. And a key to this race is going to be his US experience. Appleby shipped him in early this year for a reason, to get him used to the American style and pace. If Rebel Romance doesn't fire, El Cordobes could be the one to pick up the pieces. Salawi, trained by Hamad Al-Jahani, made his North American debut a winning one, wiring the field at the Canadian International at Woodbine. He's by Duke Bowie, just like Rebel's Romance, and that bloodline shows stamina, class, and a willingness to fight. Simeon is one of Europe's most aggressive riders early, and if he gets Salawi loose again, he could steal this one on the front end. The question is whether he can handle real pace pressure this time. Still, he's a dangerous horse if left alone. Now here's the wild card. Ethical Diamond, trained by Willie Mullins, and Mullins is known for his jumper, but this one's been a revelation on the flat. He's won his last 2 on the turf, including the Ebb Bore Handicap at York, which is one of the toughest staying handicaps in Europe. The key factor is momentum and fitness. Mullen's horses are always super fit. If this turns into a stamina test, Ethical Diamond could come rolling late at a monster price. For the home team, Gold Phoenix, trained by Phil D'Amato and ridden by Umberto Rispoli, has been the most consistent U.S. turf runner all year. He just won the John Henry Turf Championship at Santa Anita with a 99 Beyer. And remember, he finished 4th in this race last year, the best of the American group. His key factor is course familiarity. He knows the rhythm of U.S. turf racing, he loves California's firm ground, and Rispoli gets along with him perfectly. He's reliable, but against this Euro depth, the ceiling might be a placing, not a win. Redistricting comes in for Chad Brown. He posted figures of 101, 101, and 102, and he finished 2nd in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic at Aqueduct, clearly improving with the added ground. He's taken steady steps forward all season, but even with that big run, he was no match for Rebels Romance when it mattered. At 15-1, he is an improving type and a live long shot for the exotics, though he still needs another jump in class to threaten the top tier level Euro invaders. Rebel Red is a one-eyed gelding trained by Cherie DeVoe, and by Frankel. He's inconsistent with North American figures of 94, 104, and 93. But at 30-1, he's a sneaky long shot for exotics if the pace sets up in his favor. Not really a horse to key on top, but worth a look for late price action. Those are the contenders, a blend of proven global stars, live Europeans, and a few sneaky Americans. Let's break down how I'm betting it. My top pick is Rebels Romance. He's simply the most trustworthy horse in the race. He's in career best form, he loves the U.S. style, and Buick and Appleby are one of the most lethal turf combos in the world. Underneath, I'm keying him over Mini Hawk and Amalok and the exactas. Mini Hawk's arc form is elite, and Ryan Moore fits her perfectly. Amalok's 4-5 record is very intriguing, and he won't be going anywhere near 14 furlongs this time. That's my full 2025 Breeders' Cup Turf previews and picks. If you haven't already, grab my free weekly picks and handicapping worksheet. Completely free, and the link's right below. And if you want the full picture for the weekend, my Breeders' Cup full card covers all 12 races with every grade 1. Full breakdowns, fair odds, exacta bets, and key contenders. Hit that like button if this helped you, and subscribe for more Breeders' Cup coverage all week. And as always, stay sharp, best of luck, and I'll see you at the track.